There is and God, I know I'm one. My mother was a tailor. She served my new routine. But my father was a gambler way down in New Orleans. Now the only thing the gator needs is a suitcase and a song. And the only time he's satisfied, it's when he's on a drum. Oh, mother, tell your children not to do what I have done. Oh, spend your life in sin and misery in the house of the rising sun. Well, I got one foot on the platform, the other foot on the train. I'm going back to New Orleans to wear that ball and chain. Yeah, that red flag in New Orleans. Let it go there right inside. And it's been the ruin of many a boy. Thank God I know I'm one. Thank God I know I'm one. Thank God I know I'm one.
This is the dawning of the age of awareness. What up, everybody? RealMightyJoe live in here, and I'm not gonna do a very long show today, but I did want to check in with everybody, say hi. First and foremost, I just got off the phone with Bill Bailey a little while ago. Me and that dude talked to each other for an hour and a half. He is cool as hell. He is way cooler talking to him in person than I would have imagined. So I had a wonderful, wonderful conversation with him. He's busy for the weekend, but we're looking to do a live together sometime next week. So yeah. Also, just an update on the YouTube channel. I got that warning yesterday. I won my second appeal. So they took my warning away and all that. I guess a human decided to review my video, and it didn't have anything that was dangerous to children in it. Imagine that. So anyway, yeah, that was weird. Anyway, oh, we got somebody up. Oh, what up? I see you, brother. Oh yeah. So I'm gonna just start out. Actually, I want to start out with a reaction to Tom McDonald's music video he dropped today. He just dropped a new music video today. Don't Look Down. So we're gonna do a react to this. We're gonna play a little bit. I'll pause it. Play a little bit. Pause it, and we'll talk about it. So we're gonna start here. We'll start out with Tom McDonald. Here we go.
Can't hide my frown, my smile is hiding from my mouth. I can't lie, my mind keeps finding time to fight myself. I dive so deep inside, feel like I died and I'm in hell. Or I'm so high, my eyes can't see the ground beneath the clouds. Don't look down. Don't look down. I tried to keep it quiet, silence on my cries for help. As long as I am rising till I'm upside down, I won't look down. This a meteoric rise, keep ignoring all the horror stories like so.
So like, yeah, already, you know, he's got the black contacts. He's doing his shit, man. I respect this guy. I really do. I like his style.
So got way too famous and ended up killing himself with some pills and a knife. Hey, I am not the one who's gonna self-destruct. Got it out the mud. I can way too far to fail or screw it up. I ain't dropping balls. I just blew them up. Hey, I will never let my mental illness be the cause of my downfall. I will never lie to none of my fans. If I did, it would sound wrong. I will never try convincing you dummies. This isn't a town hall. Never look down, never look down. Just look around, y'all.
This isn't a town hall. I like that. Yeah.
Hey, all of my demons are here. All I can feel is fear. All I can do is keep being
What up,
myself, and that's
Airborne?
what I've been
I
doing
see
for
you, brother.
32 years. All of my haters came out, chasing my name for some clout. What are they angry about? They're climbing as high as their ladders can take them and screaming my name, but I don't look down.
See, brother?
Hi guys, remember me? I'm the white guy. Everybody wanted to cancel. Nice try. Too sick, I might die right. 2 fists full of middle fingers. I got no time for high fives. Too rich for a drive-by. Pay the pilot on my private jet to keep it low and do a flyby. Take 9 knives on a bike ride. Why 9? Because I heard that a has 9 lives. I'm the one that.
So I heard of that pussy has 9 lives. I'll fill in the blank for you.
Y'all hated. I'm the one who won the game, got paid and famous. I'm the one who laughed in all their faces and became the greatest since old Slim Shady. I'm the one who don't care. I'm the one who goes where no one goes because they're scared. I'm the one who don't choke when the boat don't float. My throat gets no air. I can barely breathe all the air I need. Oxygen is very thin at the top. I can rarely sleep. Stars I'm underneath. Shining too bright and I can't turn them off. I'm high as the birds now. Flying too close to the sun, gotta burn. Wow, I've been turning up and I ain't turning down. Maybe I should chill, but I ain't learning how. Hey, I'm not afraid of success. I'm afraid of what happens if I take a rest. I'm afraid that I'll end up where I was before in the hood with no money or food for the rent. I'm scared if I look at the water, I'll drown. So I look at the sky and deny there's a ground. I'm scared of the altitude up in the clouds. I'm scared of the fall, so I don't look down.
So I first of all, I just got paused for a second, but yeah, I respect the ever living shit out of this dude as a musician and as a rapper. I really like his style. I'm like kind of real picky on the stuff that I get into, and man, he does a good job. You don't have to be complex. You don't have to be the best. You just have to have a solid message behind what you're trying to say, and I think that's what he does like the best. You know, as an independent rapper, I mean, he's a beast, man. This is a 7-minute track.
You, every single one of you. I can't even see you because I don't look down. Don't look down. Don't look down. I can't hide my tears. I dry my eyes and more come
Hey,
out.
brother.
I can't lie. My fear is suicide, not bank accounts. Keep my chin up, but my head weighs like 1,000,000 pounds. Feels like my neck might break. I hear it crack, ignore the sound. Don't look down. Don't look down.
I love that line. I feel my neck might crack. Yeah. There's no looking down. Don't look down. Don't look down. Yeah.
I tried to keep it quiet, silence all my cries for help. As long as I am rising till I'm upside down, I won't look down. This is a legendary climb. Stand on the edge of the legend, it's very high. Think of the men who are dead cause it got to their head, it ain't cemetery time. I ain't the one who gon' throw it away cause I'm feeling too lonely up here. I ain't the guy who gon' break from the pressure, it's snowy, my pipes are not frozen up here. I don't wanna hear about these YouTube rappers. I am not in that bracket, punk. Billboard plaques all stacked in my mansion. $1 million cash for my taxes, punk. Call me trash, but I produce anthems. Y'all attacking with plastic guns. I'm the biggest independent rapper in the world. You just live on my planet, punk.
Yeah, come on, man. These lines are dope, dude. The guy, I like his style. I fucking like it. We're gonna keep going.
Acid tongue and massive lungs. Every single track I've done is packed a punch. Used to be an addict, yup. I crashed a truck in Canada. Going too fast, blackout drunk. I was nice at the start, but the mood all changed. The reactors who trash me for views are lame. Don't ask me to help you, remove no claims. If I see you punks, you go lose your chains. I am the one who they all call a liar. When I told them that I'd help my mom retire, they thought that I'd buy a new crib and a chain and a ring and a whip and some rims for the tires. Guess what? Mom don't work. Sent $100,000 in an LV purse. Made an album with Nova and Brandon. They own half the masters. I told them the fam comes first. Still.
So, true story, he was posting on his social media when he was filming this video. I guess his girlfriend, Nova Rockefeller, who does all like the filming and all the stuff, she like had like a severe asthma attack and like they had to take her to the hospital and stuff. And then like within a few hours, she came back and helped him finish like shooting the video because she does all this like stuff. They do all this stuff in their apartment. This is all self-produced between like 2-3 people. That's what I find most incredible about it is like these people are producing top quality material. They're making millions of dollars, doing it like, independent, I always kind of find it funny that his girlfriend's last name is Rockefeller. She's probably related to the wrong folk.
Still got the pills that the doctor gave me to combat the depression and the panic attacks. I'm the type of person who won't even take a Tylenol, even when I got a dozen knives in my bag. They're calling me whack, but I don't react. I don't have time to write raps or fly in the trash. All me, the whole team, yeah, they're trying to cap concrete, but my demons hide in the cracks. I'm the one. I ain't bought liquor for months, and you're lucky I'm sober. I'm nuts when I'm drunk, mix the whiskey with soda. The man I become would invite you all over, put drugs in your punch. When you pass it, I'll wrap you in plastic and hit you with hammers and flatten your skull till it's crushed. I don't name names. I don't.
Oh, that's pretty graphic.
Games. I just aim straight and throw the guns. The rappers who hate act like family now. They try to jack my style like some hand-me-downs. They want 1 million views, I want a Grammy now. And the closest they'll come is at Grammy's house. I don't even drink, but I'm planning how I can make a brewery in a massive house to give free booze out to these rapping clowns, and they can die using that to wash Danny's down. I'm the most successful guy to hold a pencil. I've been great for so long. I'm bored of flexing. I became a machine made of iron. Check inside, peel the skin.
Man, so one of my favorite rappers, he's saying something about being so confident, right? Does his crossword puzzles in pen. So he's like the best rapper with a pencil. It's like, man, I write all my stuff in permanent ink, man. Once I write the word down, it's on the page. I don't need an eraser.
Get off and let the metal shine. I've been the greatest for so long, it feels normal for me to be special. So much clout I can buy back the souls of these rappers that sold them for cash to the devil. Why is everybody always talking, criticizing how I'm doing it my way? If I'm so trash, why don't y'all release your videos on a Friday? Because that's my day.
I'll take it over.
Numbers, you cook like some fried eggs. Like why?
I'll take that challenge. I'd rather challenge a guy like him because he's an independent. We could do more creatively. Like if I get to that point where I got studio stuff and I'm polished, I got written, and I'm just like smashing stuff like he's doing. Yeah, I'll come at him. I'll take on the McRonald.
Legs, you only get views if you say my name. Angry I'm famous and not a great rapper. You've been working stupid hard. I don't have to rap fast to impress all my fans. I am a superstar. Man, I'm built for this. I kill for this. Never get back for the blood that I spilled for this. I'm at the top. I don't even seem high enough. I need a couple more hills and some stilts for this. Hey, there ain't nobody around. The top of the mountain, I scream and I shout. Nobody up here but me is allowed. The VIP section is deep in the clouds.
All right, whatever. I'm gonna stop sharing it. Check out the rest of this video. Dropped today. He drops all his stuff on Friday. So yeah, Tom McDonald's new video. It was cool. I actually really like the ending quite a bit too. Yeah, I sent you an email, man. That was me. Yeah, that was me. 100%. That's my email. So if you want to connect, you got my email now, brother. That was the real Mighty Joe. The real Mighty Joe. Ain't no imposter. That was absolutely me. I emailed you. I got you. I already sent you one. Yeah, I sent you one, I think yesterday or the day before. And the subject is Real Mighty Joe. It might have ended up in your spam. But, shit. Hold on. I gotta get this light. I have this weird ass motion sensor light that just goes out randomly. It's a pain in the asshole. All right, let's see what else we got for you guys. I got a bunch of random crap called up as usual. I'm not doing a crazy long show because I'm actually going out to meet Major Dave in person tomorrow. I'm really excited to do that. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Yeah, because he's a badass. So tomorrow I get to actually meet him. First and foremost, let's see. Yeah, this is a good one. We're gonna do so this is a clip from Tim Cast in real life. I really like this guy. He's badass. I've showed a couple clips from this guy before. You go back. Yeah, we're at the beginning of the show. So this is something I was gonna post up and talk about because I've been seeing it pop up. But Tim Cast covered it today. So
start making it difficult for us to have real conversations.
Let's let him go.
PCMag.com says Facebook prods users who've been exposed to extremist content to get help. This is where it's getting weird. It's getting real. It's getting weird. Look at this. Are you concerned that someone you know is becoming an extremist? We care about preventing extremism on Facebook. Others in your situation have received confidential support. The other one says, Kevin, you may have been exposed to harmful extremist content recently. Violent groups try to manipulate your anger and disappointment. You can take action now to protect yourself and others. All right. You can take action. Everybody listening, you can take action right now. You can smash the like button, subscribe, and share this video.
Oh.
That way people can get a non-corporate opinion on why this is creepy and freaky. Just think about
that. That would be a peaceful action, though, of course, right?
Very, very peaceful.
Yeah,
pressing
very
that like button.
Peaceful smashing.
Yeah, that's the big conundrum about these networks. Everyone's like, why don't you get off YouTube? And it's like, bro, we upload to Rumble now. We're uploading to Rumble. Not that it's perfect. We've always uploaded. Have we? I don't think IRL's on Mines, but my personal content has always been on Mines. IRL is on Mines. Yeah, we want to, and we want to make sure we're leveraging the networks as they exist to the best of our abilities so we can keep the network alive. Think of it this way. The way I said it before is like, do you retreat from a battlefield where you're still holding some ground just because you're like, that battlefield is completely open? It's like, not necessarily. Hold the ground you can. And so if there's a lot of things we can't talk about and it's getting worse, I'm texting some of these other big podcast people right now and I'm like, yo, what's going on? Like, there's breaking news. We can't talk about it. Like I email Google and I'm like, hey, look at this story. And they're like, well, and I'm all right. Can't say these things. That's insane. That's how bad and broken this is.
I've noticed, I think our president.
Yeah. So hold on. Let me see if I can do this slick enough to make it fast. I got this meme I want to pop up for a second. Let's see if I can do it. It's not slick, and I'm not good at it. I don't have like the right kind of things to do it real fast. But here, yeah, this is what I posted earlier today. When all my friends get a warning about being exposed to extremists, but I don't. Maybe I'm the extremist. Yeah, that's how I felt about that shit today. Anyway, we're gonna keep going on that video for him. We're gonna go back to Tim. Hold on, sorry. Just interrupt that shit for a meme because it's my show and I do what I want. And I got nobody else here, so we're just hanging out. If anyone wants to call in, everyone you want to call in, anyone else wants to call in, the links
is helping guide
pinned in the comments.
The YouTube behavior and like terms a little bit because I noticed they relaxed their swearing measurements. And they're like, you know what? Go for it if you want to cuss, feel free. Because it's just so entertaining. And if we start cussing, it's hilarious. And they know that and they want it to be hilarious.
I don't
Fuck
think
that.
it's us.
Well, sure it is.
I think so.
But let's talk about this Facebook thing. So I just want to look at this. They say confidential support.
This is great.
Who do you think at Facebook is going to be the person that will reach out to you when you're like, help, I've seen a post from Ben Shapiro.
No.
Like a psychiatrist that they hire.
It's going to be some woke 20-year-old.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, to be completely honest, it's going to be like some 20-year-old college student from India.
Yeah.
No joke. I mean,
He's
outsourcing
not joking.
call center stuff. You're going to get someone who's, probably got a checklist of like, do you feel like you are sad and depressed? No. Okay.
Right.
Did Ben Shapiro touch you in any way?
Yeah.
When you said exposed, I was thinking, I don't know, is this about my uncle or what is this about? What's going on here? These social networks have like
Tim Cast IRL,
psychology
great
departments to
stuff.
take care of admins.
I like
the
their
admins
discussion.
see
I like their format.
they're going through.
I think my ambition for my show is similar.
So I wonder if they're using those same therapists to help now. But I don't know.
It's
kind of big.
I mean, I don't know what they expect to get out of this other than creeping people out.
Yeah.
But I want to show you this meme from Kerry Wedler.
He's gonna go over
It
some good
says,
memes.
"Are you concerned that someone you know is becoming an extremist? We care about preventing extremism on Facebook. Others in your situation have received confidential support." And then, of course, there's
This is the
Obi-Wan
one I
Kenobi
like
says,
too.
"Well, of course I know him. He's me."
Yeah.
Yes, we've all been exposed to this content, but we find it.
Of course I know him. He is me. Yeah. So that's about all I want to go on that story. But yeah, so I thought that was crazy. So apparently Facebook is posting up these warnings if you've been exposed to extremist content. I haven't gotten one yet, so I'm assuming they're giving them out to all my friends or whatever. But I always just go ahead and assume I've been on the list. Tucker Carlson did that whole thing about being monitored by the NSA. It's like, man, I've known. I've been on that for quite a hot minute. All right, so here's something I actually haven't watched yet, but I saw it pop up on my feed, and I did want to watch it, so I'll watch it with you guys. This is 4th of July. Governor warns of some crap. They're trying to warn us some. Oh, this guy, I like this guy quite a bit. All right, so this is a Black Conservative Patriot. If you go, guys, don't follow him. Check him out. He is an excellent, excellent channel on YouTube. I really enjoy this guy. So he had a show today. Let me kind of like skip past this intro.
Let's get into the news of the day. I want to start off with this really quick because we've got some economic news I want to lead with just for a few moments, but you need to hear this.
Well, I want to get to the good stuff because I haven't even watched this show, but I want him to talk about this July 4th crap.
From working.
Let's see if I can find it without even watching it. It'll probably be towards the end of the show.
Just so that you're aware. Teen murdered by illegal, and of course, you don't believe it fits into their weekend. Facebook is now
he's doing all that crap. It's got to be somewhere up in here.
By Donald John Trump. Owners, after a year plus, just can't afford to keep their doors open. You mean those kinds of businesses?
All right, we'll watch it for a few minutes. I skipped around way too much. I'm sorry.
Places like Texas
I got
Florida,
ADD.
where they didn't
I'm doing this live show off the cuff just for
people
fun.
are still thriving more in retail business. Oh no, but that's not the reason why. It's let me just I'll play this last part, but let me spoil it for you. Let them learn how to code. Let them eat cake and ice cream. Let them learn to code.
Yeah.
Might not be coming back to the same numbers. And so what that means is we have to lean into apprenticeships and job training and
apprenticeships and job training, something that was championed and pushed by and advocated by Donald John Trump. Just a reminder. Once again, copycat policies rebranded by the Biden administration.
Upskilling, because the jobs that are being created in cybersecurity or in the digital economy or in the tech economy are there and are good paying. We need to make sure that the folks who are unemployed have the skills that they need in order to get those jobs. And so that is
I agree with that.
Continuous work that we in the administration are focused on.
Yeah, so they're focusing on having a porous border so that illegal immigrants come in and take all of the lower paying jobs, the lower skilled jobs from Americans. They can't work. They can't get a job because they're supposed to be working in the cybersecurity. Oh, wait a minute. There's not that many jobs. And folks, if you are low skilled labor, if you are working in some of the entry level retail jobs, you don't just all of a sudden start getting a coding job in cybersecurity.
True.
Think about it. That's like saying, oh, I'm sorry, your carpentry job no longer exists. You should probably think about it.
No, I actually have a buddy who has been trying to like work his way into that field, and yeah, they're real like anal about your background and stuff. Even if you were like a teenager or like young adult and got into trouble, then they're not very friendly in hiring that. So he's saying something about 4th of July alerts. I don't really know what he's saying. I'm not gonna watch the rest of the show. I'm just gonna keep going. But I really do like Black Conservative Patriot. I absolutely love all of his shows. I highly recommend you check that guy out. He posts every day. He's got a great show. He really does. He's one of my go-to people. Next, we're gonna bounce in over here to CanCon on locals because our buddy CanCon, he got snipped from the YouTube and all that crap. But he had a cool video he posted on locals today. This is from a listener. We're not gonna watch the whole thing again. You can see my screen here, CanCon on locals, and check him out. So it's cancon.locals.com.
Today is July 2nd, 2021.
But he's my dude,
I
so
want
we're
to
giving him
talk
a
to
little
you
space
about
here.
a video that was sent to me by one of my listeners, and I'm going to keep that person confidential, as well as I'm going to read a statement from them or a message from them, and I'm going to keep any private
True story.
information.
Yeah, I don't care about my channel. This is a phoenix meant to be burned, my friend. So this channel is meant to go down.
I will
We're
show
going to
the
make it
video
as
here
big
in
as
just a second,
possible,
but
and it'll
this is
die,
from
and we'll move somewhere else.
My listener, and they said, I wanted to let you know that on my flight from blank to blank last week, I was attending the Clay Clark
and
conference.
same thing with
Which,
CanCon. Him and people like
I'm
CanCon,
working
they're
on
trying
getting him
to
on my show.
They're trying to do this for a living.
My police officer husband.
I'm doing this as a hobby.
And I got hit
I'm
with
doing this as a pastime. I enjoy doing
security
it.
risk. The
I
highest
want to do it
security
for a
alert.
living someday. But
We were escorted by TSA everywhere in the airport,
right now.
and they searched everything. And I mean everything. We almost didn't make our flight. The only crime, apparently, that I committed was being at the Capitol on January 6th. I never even went inside the Capitol building. If this isn't obvious harassment of the federal government, I have no idea what is. I'm so angry. I cannot believe this is happening to patriots that committed no crimes that day or ever. I guess we're going to have to go through this every time we get on a plane now.
Airport. Yeah.
If anything, it only strengthens my resolve to dig my heels in even more to fight back
I'll
against
let him keep
this.
going now. I'll pause it.
At least the southern border is wide open for anyone to come in, right? Now they went on to send me a later message. My husband and I did get hit again flying from blank to blank last Monday on our way home. I have an actual recording of a TSA supervisor explaining to us why we got dinged with this SSSS high risk for flying. It's because I was at the Capitol building. The TSA agent confirmed that with me.
Ugh, man, this is intense. This is a pretty intense video because this is where it's going. Like, Facebook's talking. Look at the first clip I showed. Facebook talking about marking people as radicals, or the Timcast, like there specifically. That's where it's going. They're gonna mark, if you're a dissident, you're gonna get marked as a radical. The CCP just celebrated 100 years. Is this shit a fucking coincidence? I don't think it is, and I do think they're gonna make a power move, power grab, and they've bought most of our politicians and most of the presidents, and they've got a lot invested in this right now.
Now let's go ahead and play this real quick, and then we're just gonna have a brief little discussion about how wrong this actually is.
Yeah. I'm okay. I'd just like to say thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. You know the reason why you caught us, right?
No.
No. Because were you there January 6th?
I was.
That's the reason why. That's the reason why.
Are you serious?
Yep.
Isn't that like a violation of law or something?
No.
Or is it
what
just
was-
political
Yeah, it's
bullying?
political bullshit. Excuse my language.
No,
That's
no.
what it is.
I'm a paramedic firefighter, and I'm like, if we had a history of being arrested or
Not even that.
assholes?
Not even that. Not even
I
that.
didn't even go inside the building. In fact, I was trying
Doesn't
to
make
stop
a difference.
people.
Did you use a phone while you were
Yeah.
there?
Oh, yeah.
They pinged you.
So how long is this going to have to happen?
Can we ask for a redress?
You can.
Will it work?
Absolutely. I don't know.
We will try.
If this shit doesn't scare you, you're not paying attention.
I so appreciate you telling us because I'm like, we've always tried to help the community.
Well, that's,
And-
I
and
think.
Seriously, if this doesn't scare you, you're not paying attention.
It was not an insurrection. Yeah, it was not an
The FBI
insurrection.
is there.
They're flagging these people in the airport. They're following them the fuck around.
On the east side,
Mhm.
and we were there for a couple hours. Everybody's peaceful. These two guys, they were like late 30s, white
Probably
guys.
Antifa.
No. They weren't wearing black. They weren't wearing Trump stuff.
No. See what
But they
switched.
were, yeah. Well, I saw that
They
too. But they
changed.
were like, "This is our house. This is our building." And I turned around and I pushed them. I'm like, "Get the f out of here. This is not why we're here." And I pushed him a couple times. I could feel his vest.
The investment.
But then all the other people were like, get the hell out of here. This is not what we're about. And the Capitol Hill police, I'm like, can you get these two guys out of here? And they just stood there. They said, calm down. I'm like, what do you mean calm down? These guys are getting, I didn't,
If you
you know,
felt that vest,
they
then more
went-
than likely they were Capitol Police themselves.
they went down about 30.
Uh-huh.
They did the same
Hear that?
But they got, I hate to say it, the
I agree with this
Trump
man.
supporters fed into that. And then it went through. But once that was breached,
Yep.
the Capitol Hill officers pulled back the gates
Allowed them
and
in.
went.
Yep.
So there we have it, folks. U.S. citizens.
Whoever
We have
dwells
a
in the
police
shelter of
officer,
the most
a Marine Corps veteran, and a federal police officer at that. I'm trying to get clarification, and
We'll leave it at that. Follow CanCon and locals, cancon.locals.com. It's free to follow him. You can subscribe, and that's just a donation to his channel. That doesn't give him any actual, that's you can get all the content for free. He doesn't have anything that's like limited or anything like that. But, yeah. I dropped my lighter. Sorry, that's why I'm ducking down low. I'm trying to find my lighter. Well, I'll put something else on for you guys to watch here for a second. I'm just sharing the news with you guys. This is stuff I found throughout the internet today. I'll kind of get a little chatty at the end. I'm gonna keep it short, like I said, because tomorrow I'm getting up early. I'm going over to meet Major Dave. Tomorrow he's a keynote speaker, and I'm gonna check that out. I got some Psalms to end the night with too, by the way, Airborne. I got one that I pulled the other night. I've been doing some random Psalms, and I got this one the other night for myself, and I liked it. So I decided I'm going to share it with y'all tonight before we go. But let's see what else we got. I got some other random stuff. Oh, so some of these are just like Twitter clips, so these will be quick. So we're going to go through some of these. These are just random shit I found on Twitter today. So Biden has an expiring message for new sworn-in citizens. It's like 13 seconds long. So hold on, I gotta get it called up properly so it's full screen, so you can see it. Our expression.
It's of the same concept.
Here we go.
Appreciate it for joining us in this service. Look, today, today's special guest to all of you. It's my honor to congratulate the 21 of you who for earned the title of that our democracy in every is equal to being president. It's of the same consequence. Citizen of the United States of America. Appreciate it for joining.
Wasn't that damn inspirational?
Service.
If you're not inspired by that, then you're not something. 77. What? Anyway. What up, Bert? I see you, brother. How you doing, man? Yeah, we're just watching some random stuff. Like I said, this isn't a long video. I'd be curious if you got notified. Like, I guess it's late, so there's not a lot of folks around, or somebody else is doing something cooler than I am. But I got a few more things we're gonna share randomly, and to be honest, like I said, as I go through some of these, I don't know what I'm about to share. I pulled them up because they were cool, and when I go to see it, I'll be like, oh yeah, that thing. That's why I put it up there. So we're gonna look through some stuff and see what I got up for stuff to watch. All right, what else we got? Whatever this thing is. I have no idea, so we're going to check it out. Oh, yeah, this is cool. Yeah, let's watch this. This is about like 40-something second video or so. But, again, this is just, narratives and stuff that may not be what everybody says. Hold on, let's start with me.
The police here are willing to work with us and cooperate peacefully, like our First Amendment allows. Gather more Americans under the condition that they will come and gather peacefully to discuss what needs to be done to save our country.
You understand? Show us no attacking, no assault, remain calm.
We're not going to assault, we're going to be heard. Everybody, this must be peaceful.
This has to be peaceful. We have the right to peacefully assemble.
Everybody, listen up. The police here are willing.
I guess that didn't fit the narrative we've seen before, does it? But That's all right. I mean, I just found that video today. This is just shit available on Twitter. That's all I'm sharing with you guys right now. We're in the Twitter section of the show. Shit I found on Twitter that we're going to watch together. So what's the next one? I have no idea. We're going to just kind of go down the line and see what kind of bullshit I pulled up for us. What is this one? I don't even know what these things are. Oh, the guy who founded the Weather Channel. This was interesting. This is a cool one. Yeah, hold on.
Mr. Kennedy's not a scientist. I am. He's the CEO of the Weather Channel now. I was the founder of the Weather Channel, not the co-founder.
And I'm glad you did, because I'm addicted to the Weather Channel. I watch a lot of cable news.
Now, hold on just a minute. I'm not done. And CNN has taken a very strong position on global warming that it is a consensus. Well, there is no consensus in science. Science isn't a vote. Science is about facts. And if you get down to the hard, cold facts, there's no question about it. Climate change is not happening. There is no significant man-made global warming now. There hasn't been any in the past, and there's no reason to expect any in the future. There's a whole lot of baloney, and yes, it has become a big political point of the Democratic Party and part of their platform, and I regret it's become political instead of scientific. But the science is on my side.
I don't think we're going to come to a conclusion about the topic right here. What I do wonder, though, is when you see...
You wouldn't allow it to happen on CNN, but I'm happy that I got on the air and got a chance to talk to your viewers. Hello, everybody. There is no global warming.
What I do wonder is when you see the government, when you see NASA, when you see other institutions say that 97% of climate scientists agree, do you think they're making it up? What I don't understand is how you square that.
That's a manipulated figure, and let me explain it to you. The government puts out about $2.5 billion directly for climate research every year. It only gives that money to scientists who will produce scientific results that support the global warming hypothesis of the Democrat Party position. So they don't have any choice. If you're going to get the money, you got to support their position. Therefore, 97% of the scientific reports published support global warming. Why? Because those are the ones the government pays for, and that's where the money is. It's real simple, but that doesn't mean it's right. That doesn't make it true. That only makes it bought and paid for. The money goes in circles.
I'm not a scientist, so I'm not going to try to refute you on the facts.
That's the truth.
I'll simply say that the vast majority...
Please stand back from this issue and let the two sides be on the air.
Man, fucking love that guy. That was cool. Yeah, so I mean that's the whole thing, right? Science with a capital dollar sign for the S, right? You know, because it really is who paid for the study. And oftentimes when you look into who paid for a study, you'll be severely disappointed because oftentimes it's the manufacturer of said product or whatever's being peddled, you know. So let's keep going. Let's see what other rabbit hole of stuff I got for you guys. Like I said, this show's just kind of, I'm just crashing the wind, doing some stuff. So, Bert, you want to call in? You can. I think Airborne's on like his phone. His computer's down or something like that, he said. So, let's see what else we got. Oh, yeah. This is something I wanted to pull up yesterday. Oh, no, that's the one that we already did. Sorry, my bad. I'm trying to X them out as we go down the line, so that I don't repeat. Let's see what else we got. I got more stuff pulled up. Let's see this thing, whatever the hell this is. Oh, so this is a 4-part series. I haven't watched this yet. Someone posted this. I'm curious to check it out. So this is 1 of 4. It's about 10 minutes worth. Professor John Leonidas is one of the most cited scientists in the world. COVID revealed crap June 26th. Let's see what this.
Converse example, vulnerable groups more frequently infected than other people. First wave in Spain, Belgium, and the UK. 63%, 61%, 44% of COVID-19 deaths were in nursing home residents. Based on the data that we have, nursing home residents had 2 to 3 higher risk of infection than other people. And given these massacres, infection fatality rate reached or exceeded 1% in the first wave in these locations. Same thing happened in many places in the US. New York and also most of northeastern states in the US also had high infection fatality rate. in the first wave. Not surprising. The governors sent COVID-19 patients.
Oh, I want to like look at this screen. All right, so first wave in Spain, Belgium, UK, 63%, 61%, and 44% of COVID-19 deaths were in nursing home residents. So that's I'm assuming that's in order there. So Spain had 63, Belgium had 61, UK had 44% COVID deaths in nursing home residents. Nursing home residents had a 2 to 3 higher risk of infection than other people. Given these massacres, infection fatality rate reached exceeding the 1% in the first wave. Yeah. So I think he's going to go on to say that that's what you need to do to qualify it as a pandemic.
2 nursing homes.
Crazy laws.
So we just did exactly the opposite of what we had to do. We closed young people, told them you cannot study, you cannot see your mates, you just shut yourself in, and we send COVID-19 patients to nursing homes so that everyone can be infected and die. It's just completely mind-blowing. So what do you do with that? One solution is lockdown, shut down everything. And the most influential paper is by the Imperial College team. And they published that paper in Nature where they claimed that lockdowns in Europe in the first wave saved 3 million lives. So we looked at their data and we recognized that at the same time as they published their Nature paper, they also had developed another model which they did use in the United States, in the states of the US. So we said, okay, let's take their model that they used in the US, it's just another model by the very same team, and play with it in Europe.
Hey, Crystal.
When we used the second model by the very same team, the inferences were completely different. Lockdown had no benefit. So then one starts to ask, well, which model is best? They're both by the best team in the world. So how can I say one is by the best experts? It's by the same experts. So you start looking into lots of Bayesian criteria of fit and model fit and fit to the data. And guess what? The model that has the best fit is the one that shows that lockdown has no benefit. And it's by the same team. But the one that was published in Nature, even though they had the other model available, was the one that claimed that lockdown had major benefit.
All right. So hold on. Let's see if we can. So this is a 4-part. We're just going to go through this tweet series and see what it is. We're going to watch it together. I haven't watched this yet. This is my first time watching it together. So he's basically saying their models were fucked up, and I did know that. I've known that
big events didn't make sense. Probably these were what made the difference, along with the population being sensitized that we have a major problem and we need to be careful. We need to avoid exposures. We need to keep some distancing. That's not really the time for going to celebrate. I don't know what's your football club in Salzburg. But, okay. But not necessarily the draconian versions of lockdown. Here's a different approach. We used empirical data to try to model the evolution of case growth over time in different countries, some of them using draconian lockdown and others that had not used these measures, like Sweden and South Korea. And what we found is that, yes, these measures, restrictive measures, did work. On average, we did see a substantial effect on daily growth rate, but
I keep doing this shit another day.
Compared to Sweden and South Korea, that didn't have the draconian components, the other countries did not do any better. Actually, they tended to do worse. Countries that had the most draconian restrictive measures compared to those who had some measures that were restrictive, but not the draconian version, the draconian ones did worse. How do we find out? We should do some randomized trials.
Yep.
I do believe that masks work. Well, why don't we do a randomized trial to see if masks work? We did one. You know, some people in Denmark did one, and they got death threats because they found that it didn't work.
Yeah.
I still believe they work. But this is just one situation where we needed to do more randomized trials, and we didn't. We run hundreds of thousands of model simulations, and we only did 4 randomized trials on non-pharmaceutical interventions. So I wrote that paper about a year ago arguing that we need to do these trials. We need school closures. We need to do
only 4 randomized trials. That's not a lot.
Trials about
especially when you think that 2 billion people have had the yab.
Education and how we try to salvage it. We need to do trials about how we reopen or we close or both, and we haven't done that.
Sorry, 2 billion people have had the app, right? Isn't that what it is? Hold on. All right, so we're going back into Homeboy. Give me a second. There's 2 more videos. I haven't checked this out, but this is fascinating to me. This is interesting data. I'd like to know what you guys think.
The risk of having excess deaths from the same measures that we're using to try to avoid deaths. And I wrote that paper again several months ago, trying to put together a list of potential causes of excess deaths that are not due to the virus or the pandemic, but would be mostly due to the response to the pandemic that we are assuming. And I can spend hours on this, but I want to discuss a few aspects that create this excess wave problem. Number 1, deaths from dysfunctional health systems. In OECD countries, this is knowledge that we had before the pandemic. 21% of premature deaths less than 75 years old in men, and 30% of premature deaths can be attributed.
When I'm getting taken down on the live, my stream by me getting interrupted. We'll see.
To dysfunctional
We're going to pause him for a second. All right.
Health systems. In countries of low and middle income, 8.6 million deaths per year are attributed to poor health. 5 million deaths or non-use of health services, another 3.6 million deaths. This is knowledge that we had before the pandemic. So now we have these dysfunctional care systems that suddenly are asked to deal with an extra problem where we're shifting all the attention. All these people, we tell them to go to the hospital. And people don't go to the hospital for other things, like heart attacks. We knew that many people died at home for heart attacks that could be treated, and they went to the hospital for COVID-19 at a time when we had nothing to give them than oxygen that they could have taken at home. Deaths from poverty and starvation. 9 million people die every year.
Man, I really like this guy's approach. I'm just hammering numbers. You want science, you want statistics. Here's science and statistics.
From starvation. And this includes 3.1 million young children. One child less than 5 years old dies every 10 seconds.
Holy
so
shit.
Now,
one child less than 5 years old dies every 10 seconds from starvation. What the fuck are we really doing in this world, right? We're also if we just stopped these wars and overthrew these governments, we could feed these kids and this wouldn't happen.
Now we ask countries that have this problem to lock down, and people cannot get out, they cannot work, they cannot get food, and they're starving, and we're saving lives, or so we think. According to Oxfam, 690 million people in 2020 faced food insecurity, of which 135 million were in severe stage of hunger, and this number may have doubled to 270 million with the pandemic and the measures that we're taking.
Hold on, there's one more to this this guy's dissertation, so we're gonna go ahead and
organization. 305 million full-time jobs were lost due to the pandemic and measures taken, pushing an extra 500 million people to or below the poverty levels. You can add to that the consequences of climate change, of war, of instability in many heavily affected countries, and you can see a real disaster that is much, much bigger compared to what COVID-19 could have done. Smoking.
Yeah, it's being weird. Oh. Yeah.
This is really what I have to scream. We have almost 10 million deaths from smoking every year. Maybe a bit less, but it's going up. And we are estimating 1 billion deaths in the next century unless we do something. Half of them are people who are less than 70 years old. They're not really old people. Yeah. And for a smoker, the chance of dying from smoking is estimated at 2/3. 2 out of 3 smokers will die because of smoking. Half of COVID-19 deaths may be.
That's misleading. I'll die because I die.
Due to underlying diseases due to smoking, in fact. So do you want to count them as COVID-19? I count them as smoking, actually. I'm biased perhaps, but this is what I count them. Now, the tobacco industry is making money out of it.
So that's the same way of cooking numbers, right? You attribute all these different diseases that smoking may cause, and then say smoking caused it. In the same way they're attributing all these diseases that COVID may cause and then attributing COVID to it. He's literally now doing kind of the same avenue with cigarettes that they're doing with COVID. It's like
it's making about 1 trillion billion.
Yeah, the COVID industry
market.
So the COVID industry is probably worth it's worth trillions. It's literally worth trillions. So it's bigger than that.
It's growing at 2% per year. It kept growing, probably a bit more during the pandemic. In Greece, it offered, I think, 50 ventilators because of corporate risk. Yeah, so something like that.
And again, if the tobacco industry is worth $932 billion, you don't think they're getting kickbacks from like heart and lung doctors and cancer doctors? You know, like, you don't think they're scrubbing people's backs, vice and versa vice, investing in the treatments, you know, it's a whole thing. Create the problem, sell the cure, you know.
Reputational push. You know, the pandemic smeared scientists and glorified the tobacco industry. Completely ridiculous. So I wrote that paper with Prabhat Jha a few months ago in Lancet Global Health, where we argued that this is a unique opportunity to eliminate the tobacco industry entirely. Just think about it. Overnight, with no voting, with no change in constitutions, with no anything,
So I'm not into that, right? I don't think you need to eliminate the tobacco industry, maybe, but you don't need to eliminate tobacco. Tobacco is a plant. People who choose to smoke it or consume it choose to smoke it and consume it. Just like cannabis, just like alcohol, just like anything else. Let food be thy medicine, let medicine be thy food. And I think you should also be able to pick your poison, you know. And so I think there's something to be said for that. So I don't think the government should be able to step on my toes on any of this shit. So that's where I stand with that. But this guy raised some interesting points.
I said, I'm shutting down everything. I'm shutting your job. I'm shutting your workplace. I'm shutting your school. I'm shutting your church. I'm shutting your opera. I'm shutting everything, but not the tobacco industry.
Yeah. So he's going, yeah. So he don't like tobacco, whatever. I mean, that's a good point. Yeah. I mean, but they went after bars, they went after cafes, they went after churches. What did they go after? They went after places where people gather and talk. They didn't want people gathering, talking. They wanted you only getting your information through your screen, and they heavily regulated the information and heavily censored the information coming through that screen. So basically, they wanted you to see what they wanted you to see, and they didn't want you going out in public and talking to any of your friends or your family. And if any of your friends and family disagreed with what was on that screen, they labeled them an extremist and a terrorist and a racist and everything under the sun, literally naming half of the population of America, more than half of the population of America, as extremist. Well, to be bluntly true, there's a large chunk of people in the middle, and there's a small group of extremists pushing that narrative. And the group of extremists pushing that narrative is actually quite tiny. Let's see what's next on my hit list of shit to share. What else does Mighty Joe have to share with you? You never fucking know. I'm trying to keep the show short, but I'm stuck at that. We're almost at an hour already. When I say short, I'll be an hour and 20 minutes or so. All right, so this is the next one. This is just RSBN on Twitter today. New YouTube has removed RSBN's video of President Trump's rally last week in Ohio. The live speech from the North Carolina GOP convention that happened on June 5th, my birthday. They have also given us a strike, and we are suspended from live streaming for 1 week. You can watch tomorrow's rally on Rumble or download our app. So RSBN is off of YouTube, and they will be on Rumble. Did they do anything else? Let's see if they got any other updates. Let's go ahead and check their rec and see if they got anything else. Yeah, this whole Getter thing. Yeah, I'll talk about this whole Getter thing. Here's the thing to talk about. So Trump's not on Getter. From what I understand, he has no intentions of joining Getter, and he still has his intentions of doing his own thing. This is a guy who was Trump's campaign manager who created this. I guess it backs up your Twitter, basically, automatically. So you're going to see things like that, like with Odyssey. Odyssey automatically backs up your YouTube. I think any new app that wants to pioneer has to automatically back up your old apps. But there's some questionable crap with this in the same way there was with Frank Speech. I haven't joined either one of those platforms personally. So I'm Real Mighty Joe. I am on Gab. I'm on Rumble, but I'm not on either of those. I did make a patron, but I have never posted anything to it or. You can when the shit hits a fan, you can find me on Gab, Rumble, Odyssey. I'm on Twitter until I'm not. I'm on YouTube until I'm not. And I'll be everywhere else. Real Mighty Joe. You'll know me by my voice and my personality. You can't imitate me. Yeah, I'd love to see an impressionist do an impression of me because it'd be hard to do. I'm a fucking character. They have to be able to freestyle. I don't know what else we're looking at. July 2nd statement by Donald Trump. Let's read this. Because we're just on their Twitter right now. So, statement by Donald J. Trump, 45th President of the United States of America. Look what's going on in New York with their fake election. The same thing happened with the 2020 presidential election hoax. America is no longer a country of free or fair elections. Yeah, no, I agree, man, dude. It's fucking rampant, dude. I had an hour and a half conversation with Bill Bailey and what's going on, and he's been telling me some stuff. He was telling me some stuff. I'm not gonna say to y'all folks, you got to keep your personal confidentialities and such. But he's I like his perspective. Bill Bailey's like like my mom always said, what is it? Prepare for the worst and hope for the best. It's like he's got good intentions, good positive outlook, absolutely positive outlook. But it's like, just prepare for the worst case scenario. And I think that's very logical. And I think him and Major Dave, another really, really great patriot, between the two of them, just being able to connect with those two individuals really just makes me thankful, for this platform and this channel. Just getting to actually talk to you guys and connect to you guys has been an amazing, amazing thing. We won't be disconnected. We'll stay connected. I know my stuff's trying to glitch out and be shady with me, but that's all right. Where we go on, we go on. We'll continue to go forward, and I'll appeal any type of strike I ever get over and over again. I'll literally call a motherfucker on the phone and pressure him. I mean, that's what we got to do, and that's what we are doing. Pressure them through affidavits. Pressure them through phone calls. Call your local politicians. Flood their emails. Phone calls are good. Certified letters. Showing up in person and asking questions. You have the right to do that. Show up to public forums, in the way these parents have been doing, and all this stuff. This is the way that we take our country back. We do it peacefully. We do it the right way. We show people how it's done. This is just fun. So Sunrise Movement, this is an official Twitter. Let's go here for a second and click on these guys and look at who they are. So we're building a movement of young people to stop climate change and create millions of good jobs in the process. Green New Deal, good jobs for all. Hold on, I gotta turn my light on. There you go. My channel is me, and I am me, and it'll always be me. That's how you know it's me. All right, so we're just gonna go back a second to this particular tweet. So today we showed up at Joe Biden's doorstep with 500 plus people and blockaded every entrance to the White House, demanding that he include a fully funded civilian climate corps in his infrastructure bill. Secret Service then arrested dozens of us. So look at this, June 28th, 2020. knocked me off. I don't know what part got censored or what part got knocked off, but the memory hole stuff when it comes to the Capitol, and people won't be silent. I will not be silent. My friends won't be silent. If you take me off of YouTube, there's going to be 10,000 of me. You take me down, 10 will be born in my place, and that's how you conquer the fucking demons. I'm going to tell you all a story. Let's get into a little bit of stuff. So, in the Vedic tradition, there's a story of the king of demons conquers the entirety of the universe. He's like ruling the entirety of the universe to the point where all the gods are in trouble, all the gods are shaking, all the gods and goddesses, everybody's quaking, and they don't know what to do, and they can't deal with it. It's the darkness of times is here, and all that. And so all the gods, they collectively get together and they beg Mom, Mahadurga, the mother of all the gods and all the goddesses. They say, Mom, you gotta help. This little fucker's like taking over the whole universe and running rampant. And so she goes down and she challenges the king of demons. And so he's trying to sleaze on her and he's trying to marry. Reaching my close to my monthly stream limit through this particular platform, so I'll have to find another way to do it. So to finish the story, so the king of demons, he's trying to like better and all this stuff, and she's like, well, I'll marry you if you can best me in combat. And then she slugs down her wine, and then she proceeds to cut his head off. And the whole thing with this demon, the king of demons, is when you cut his head off, every drop of blood that spills on the ground, 10,000 more pop up. So what she does before she cuts his head off is she spreads her tongue over the entirety of the surface of the earth. And then she cuts his head off. So every drop of blood spills on her tongue, she swallows it down, and that's how she defeated the king of demons. And yeah, I keep coming back. So what does that myth entail? So what that myth entails is when every drop of blood that spills from the demon's head landed on her tongue, it was language, it was communication, it was the spirit that protected it and was able to conquer the king of demons. So they're attacking me real hard. I'm going to attempt to play this last video, and then we're going to end the stream. This last video is going to be Psalms 91, because that's the one I found for myself recently, and we're going to listen to Psalms 91. And if my stream cuts out, please check out Psalms 91. But I'm gonna beat this to death and make sure it ends into the stream. So if it cuts out, I'll play it back.
Shelter of the Most High will rest in the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my God in whom I trust. Surely He will save you from the fowler's snare and from the deadly pestilence. He will cover you with His feathers, and under His wings you will find refuge. His faithfulness will be your shield and rampart. You will not fear the terror of night, nor the arrow that flies by day, nor the pestilence that stalks in the darkness, nor the plague that destroys at midday. 1,000 may fall at your side, 10,000 at your right hand, but it will not come near you. You will only observe with your eyes and see the punishment of the wicked. If you say, "The Lord is my refuge," and you make the Most High your dwelling, no harm will overtake you. No disaster will come near your tent. For he will command his angels concerning you to guard you in all your ways. They will lift you up with their hands so that you will not strike your foot against a stone. You will tread on the lion and the cobra. You will trample the great lion and the serpent. Because he loves me, says the Lord, I will rescue him. I will protect him, for he acknowledges my name.
I know you're
He will call on me, and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him.
Thank you.
With long life, I will satisfy him and show him my salvation.
I'll give you my all, my brother. Yeah, so, man, I got censored really hard there during that other part. But, yeah, that I think, sums it up for the show. I'm going to get myself to some rest, and I'm look forward to meeting Major Dave tomorrow. Continue to check out the channel. I'll continue to make excellent, amazing shows for you guys. Hope you have a wonderful night. Y'all take care of yourselves. Peace.